Hello everybody, welcome to the broadcast. So, where are we at? We are currently in Erie, Pennsylvania. We are on Peach Street, which is runs right by Interstate 90. We're looking at the Interstate 90 corridor. Points from about Fredonia, New York to Cleveland, Ohio, but we're really looking at focusing on Erie County, Pennsylvania. Because as we are getting longer in the day and as the sun is about to go down, we are also looking at the potential for lake effect snow, which is going to set in after dark and begin affecting the area. Now, we still got a couple of hours until we're looking at true show time. I would imagine that we'd be seeing this start sweeping through around 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Currently, we're looking at, it's about 4 p.m. right now, and we're going to be here, and I'm going to go get some B-roll right now. I'm going to go get some before the snow B-roll. 231 miles per gallon on 3/4 of a tank of fuel here in truck 1. We are on Peach Street, and we're actually approaching Interstate 90 right now. Let's go ahead and turn the public safety radio down, because all emergency care wants to do is send people out on net trips right now, and they tone that as if the world is ending. So we're just going to turn that down a little bit, because net trips truly aren't important except to make the paycheck. All right, so we're going to be coming up on the I-90 exit right here. I say right here, up ahead, past the McDonald's. I think there's a Burger King over here that we ate at last time we were on vacation at Splash Lagoon here. Actually, I got to remember the exit that I'm going to want. Yeah, it is going to be that one. I could have taken Peach Street into the city of Erie. However, I'm just going to jump on Interstate 90. Just going to jump on Interstate 90 here. How's the audio? How's the visuals? How's the audio and the visuals? That's what I want to know. Are you hearing me well? Is everything coming through okay? Are the cameras running fine? I'm seeing this on my feed out screen, but I want to know what's going on your end there at home. 14 viewers, up to 14 viewers now, and we're currently live streaming simultaneously to X, Facebook, YouTube, Trovo, and Kick. Everything just got too difficult to continue running on Twitch. Their integrations, not the best, and left me rife with a ton of problems. So here's 90 West, Interstate 90 West, and if you continue 90 West, it'll head you to Cleveland, but I just want the next exit, which will be I-79 North, and that'll take us to the Bayfront Connector. I'll get some before the snow B-roll up that way. Brand new coolant. Did a coolant refresh for truck 1 for the winter time, and I'm very glad I did, as whatever the previous owner had in there wasn't coolant. It appeared to be stop leak and water and rust. So glad we did that. Now the reservoir and the radiator and the engine block won't freeze. Would you like many viewers? David College on YouTube. It's very good. Thank you for the feedback. Old viewer David College, I think he's been watching for a couple of years over there on YouTube. So we're headed towards 79, 1 mile. Just ate lunch at El Canelo, the best authentic Mexican restaurant in Erie. That is based only on my opinion. Although if there are awards for such a thing, they need to be winning them. Always eat at El Canelo, with many locations to choose from in the Erie metropolitan area. El Canelo. It's in an old Pizza Hut right across the street from a Taco Bell, and that tells you everything you need to know. It's in an old Pizza Hut, and it's across the street from a Taco Bell, and it still lives. That's how good the food is. Here we are, coming up on 79 North. 79 North exit to Erie. Good. I'm seeing that NDI stream's looking pretty decent. I may get a Panasonic V770 camcorder and do a hardline patch. I might update the camera again. That all depends. Got some paychecks coming in. Got some Brett bucks coming in from some sales earlier in the year. Might have seen my coverage of the apartment building collapse after flash flooding in Fairmont, West Virginia back in June on the Weather Channel and AccuWeather. You might have seen the coverage of deterioration in conditions secondary to the passage of Hurricane Aaron back in August on NBC News from Ocean City, Maryland. You might have seen tornado coverage from Gordo, Alabama, and from Metcalf, Illinois in March with the ever-talented Kylie Blanton. And those are now paying dividends, which I'm glad to report. Streamlabs bot handling some heavy lifting there. So we're moving on I-79 north. We're going to be passing Kearsarge, Route 19. I was actually just on Route 19. So I probably could bypass the Interstate 90 jaunt in the future and go straight to Kearsarge, Route 19, Mill Creek Mall exit. Currently sitting at 3/4 of a tank in truck 1, and currently sitting pretty at 200,796 miles. I love this truck. Drained all that stop leak and rusty water out of it and filled it up with 2.5 gallons of actual 50-50 mix coolant. If you can imagine, I actually put coolant in the truck. Can you imagine a truck with coolant in it? If this truck came from the desert Southwest, from southern Texas, something like that, then I'd give a pass on that. But this owner was in Meadville, acting like it's not going to get cold. Truck 1 has been full of surprises. But we put her back together. We got her running good. Got her running real nice. Was getting 16 miles per gallon on the trip up here, as measured by the truck zone telematics. The telematics that are currently telling me check gas cap. So that's either going to be a bad filler neck or a cracked vent line going from the gas tank to the filler neck. Either way, those aren't terrible parts to find, and they're not terrible parts to replace, and they're pretty cheap too. This truck, you know, all of those late 90s, early to mid 2000s SUVs, they all had the same issues. You know, on Ford Explorers, it was the DPFE box and the filler neck. On Jeep Grand Cherokees, it was the filler neck and the vent tubing and the charcoal canister and the cycle pump. And I have replaced the cycle pump and the pump solenoid on this truck, and it's still displaying that. So that's telling me there's another leak somewhere else. I'd get my hands on a replacement charcoal canister and a vent line and replace those. It's Route 20, which is 26th Street, going up towards Route 5 and 290, 12th Street, and the end of I-79, because interstates do just end occasionally. They are right up here. But this ends at the Bayfront connector, which is fine because that's where I want to go, is the Bayfront. and we'll get you some good vista views from up there. That interior camera is looking a lot better than it used to, and that's because I replaced the interior NDI camera with a Brio wide frame web camera. So we're reducing speed now down to 50 miles per hour, headed towards the end of I-79 up here. Okay, so it looks like we're coming off the Buffalo radar to me right now. It's showing nothing, but there is some low-level clutter here, and I've probably got the reflectivity up a little higher so that you're not seeing this, but it is drizzling right now. Truck thermometer reading 41 degrees, and that's down from 50 degrees on the way up here. I got to watch that slowly drop as we went north. Lake effect snow warning for Erie County, Pennsylvania. We're surrounded by a winter storm watch for most of these areas on down to Mercer County, Pennsylvania, and a winter weather advisory for the band of counties just to the north there of the home stretch, Pittsburgh and Butler. So a decent amount of area under winter weather warnings and advisories, watches, various products. Various products have been issued for the surrounding areas. I'm going to bump the heat up just a little bit. As my feet are cold, we'll put that on defrost and foot vent. So how's everybody doing out there? We're up to 28 viewers here on the channel. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching. I'd like to see where everybody's watching from. If you make a comment, tell me where you're watching from. Are you watching from X, Facebook, Kick, Trovo, or YouTube? I know David's watching from YouTube. Always nice to know. I'm going to have to figure out some type of auto mod situation for Trovo and Kick, because I'm seeing that, hey, would you like to buy a viewer's bot? And we don't need that on our channel. We don't need that on our channel. Yeah, I could have 10,000 viewers right now, and 9,970 of them would be fake. So what would that matter? What do fake viewers matter? That. We got 30 viewers, we got 50 viewers. It is what it is. But at least you guys are real. I'm gonna get some B-roll of the Bayfront before we get underway with this event. And it's gonna be quite a bit of just waiting. Quite a bit of waiting, because I think we're still a couple of hours out from the snowfall coming. I'm going to zoom my radar out a little bit. Yeah, look at that. That clutter up by Buffalo is the stuff that's going to be coming from Canada across the lake. Lake temperatures right now sitting at about 60 degrees, mid 50s to very lower 60s. And Wifey mod, Teresa Moore, show her some love on YouTube in the chat. That is my mod for YouTube. I only have a couple of mods for YouTube, but she's my primary mod for YouTube. Assistant Director, Administrative Services for Keystone Prime Weather. She is not a part of the weather sphere, and thus gets me out of that direct echo chamber, which we need in this industry. However, it's good to have a view from the outside at some point. Monitoring channel 16, Marine channel 16 here, right on the bayfront. Marine VHF radio, an invaluable asset here on the lakefront. Also gives me a dedicated NOAA receiver, and it was a shallow depth radio that would fit in the little hole where a pocket goes in my dashboard. I heard a bring, but I can't see the bring, and I don't know what that was, but we're going to reel it down. We're going to go to this new roundabout, and the overlook area is closed because I can't get up that street because of construction, and that's fine because this is the bayfront. Erie Bayfront. But that's not the chunk of the bayfront I want. This is the chunk of the bayfront I want. The Hyatt Bayfront Regency. I think this is the way to get around that closed section too. Just glitched out a bit, but it came back. Yeah, I've been discovering that I'm not running with the Starlink right now. It's off for the season. I don't, want us to have to pay for it right now. So I'm running on just Mobile Must-Have. Mobile Must-Have, Roam Link by Mobile Must-Have, gracious sponsor of the channel. This stream is being brought to you courtesy of Mobile Must-Have through their 5G Roam Link Connect multi-service cellular data device. Rock solid Wi-Fi, but here's the thing. Not everywhere has cell service, and there's some places where all three major services don't have any service. And you're going to find that from time to time. And that's okay. Got the Fisherman's Wharf. CKY. 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 All right. Go right over here to the Fisherman's Wharf. Usually this is plugged up with boats, but those boats are all gone for the season. Look at that. Here, let me put it in park. Let me move all 7 microphones and put it in park. Let's take a look. Yes, Assistant Director of Administration and YouTube moderator Teresa Moore. That is actually my waifu. Love her for being here. Love her anyway, but love her for being here. Up to 32 viewers on the various channels here. We're just kind of camped out by the bayfront. I want to adjust that NDI cam. I really wish I had brought Seagull, just chilling. But I'm going to get some B-roll before I do that. Pocket mode. Yeah. That was some crazy B-roll. 29 viewers right now. Tomorrow is the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The actual wreck, not the song. It's the song. Well, I think the song came along in the 70s as well, didn't it? I don't think it was too long after the ship actually went down. Hey Google, when was the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the song, released? Question mark.
The song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, written and performed by Gordon Lightfoot, was released in August 1976.
August 1976. So less than a year. Less than a year after the actual wreck. So yeah. We just passed the 49th anniversary of the song, but the 50th anniversary of the shipwreck is tomorrow. And was that wreck on Lake Erie? Was that shipwreck on Lake Erie? Hey Google, what lake did the Edmund Fitzgerald sink in?
The Edmund Fitzgerald sank in Lake Superior.
Okay, that was Lake Superior. Still. I want to pull up the L bar and refresh the warning bar here. There we go. Refreshed the warning bar. There we go. 31 viewers now. Thanks everybody for tuning in and stopping by. Let me set the radio to there we are. You know, I keep hearing alerts, and then I'm not able to see what the alerts are. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I'll put my alert box on top and move it to the middle so we can see what happens when it should happen. There we go.
The Ohio Department of Transportation and Ohio Turnpike and Infrastructure Commission strongly encourage motorists to heed all travel restrictions and delay unnecessary travel. Visit www.ohgo.com for the latest travel, roadway, and traffic conditions. During lake effect snow, the weather can vary from bands of locally heavy snow to dry weather just a few miles away. Visibilities can also vary greatly. Be prepared for rapid changes in weather, visibility, and road conditions. A winter weather message. For the following counties, in Pennsylvania, Crawford and Erie Lakeshore. Winter weather advisory in effect from 7 p.m. this evening to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday. What? Lake effect snow expected. Total snow accumulations between 3 and 6 inches. Where? Crawford and Northern Erie counties. When? From 7 p.m. this evening to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday. Impacts, roads, and especially bridges and overpasses, will likely become slick and hazardous. Visibilities will drop below 1/4 mile in heavy snow. Travel may be difficult. The hazard is
That's good to know. The collective noun for a flock of seagulls is actually a flotilla, which is cool. I like that word. Of course I like that word. The Edmund Fitzgerald was bound for Detroit in real life, not Cleveland as it was in the song, which now that makes sense why I thought it was Lake Erie.
be careful.
And these seagulls are nuts right now. Just kind of hanging out and flying in place. And I will use that word, flotilla. I will use that in the descriptors for this package that I'm going to put together. I'll get a little more footage, some B-roll from around the area before the snow starts.
116 back in here.
I'm going to look at about 2.5 hours until start time now.
116.
So we can expect this to begin at any time after 7 p.m. Rebecca Ann Osterling, thank you for liking, thank you for watching. One of the followers from Facebook, Rebecca Ann. She was my fire police lieutenant back when I still had a fire department before they took that away. So, awesome. I'm glad you're watching, glad you're enjoying. As I say, let me go out here, everybody, let me go out here and get my ass kicked in by this stuff so you can enjoy it and you don't have to get beat up by it. So, you know, live vicariously through me. We will tell you what the news is. Let me straighten out the NDI cam because it is a little crooked. Let's cut that back to red. There we go. How cool is that, guys? How cool is that? Oh, I spooked him. I didn't try to do that. I got the wipers on the lowest automatic setting so it keeps the camera view clear. How cool was that? That is even more crooked, and I'm not really sure why. Let me actually sit in that seat and try to get that straightened out. Actually, no, let me move that camera is what I want to do. I'll move it a little bit. We'll move it right to, like right here. And then we'll straighten it out. There we go.
We're gonna have a crew take 149.
The view does look weird, but it's actually pretty straight on. Oh, wow. All right. So we got this view right on the bayfront, and we got some good footage here. Let's back out of here, and I'm going to try to go up to the top of the hill. There's a hospital right across the way at UPMC Hammett. And that parking lot has a bit of an elevated view of this. So we'll see how that looks. excuse me, we're going to fix the camera again. I just cannot get a good read on what is straight when it comes to this camera. Right. So we're up above the bayfront. View looks okay, but I want to know why so much of the hood is in the shot. It's a very strange thing. Why is so much of the hood in the shot? There we go. All right. That's about what I want.
Broadcast or small cast device. Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Channel 22 Alpha or channel 102.
The Coast Guard's giving out the forecast on channel 16. Emergency hailing for the lake there. Twin broadcast on channel 22.
Roads. Slow down and use caution while driving. If you are going outside, watch.
I get 35-year-old female, have difficulty breathing,
Tower 2000.
Stairs on the 7th Street side, on for 35-year-old female.
Small craft, operating small vessel ship avoid navigation.
All right. Now let's beam those videos that I took down on the bayfront over to the tablet so I can edit them later. Just checking through some things, and not a lot going on right now. Not a whole lot, so. Do we want lo-fi? Do we want classical jazz? What do we want? Contemporary jazz or lo-fi? Because I'm getting ready to take the interior screen down for a little bit, and we're waiting here on the channel. everybody. All right. Let's give you a little bit of an idea of what we're doing here. That's still visible. Cool. We're just sitting off the bayfront right now. We're up at a little office building beside UPMC Hammond. We're up at a little office building by UPMC Hammond. Yeah. So we're looking out over the bayfront right now. So we're awaiting the arrival of lake effect snow, and I can see on radar. Take a look here.
1653.
I'll pull this up for us here. And set it into motion. You can see precipitation type on the left, as well as, I'll switch to K-Buff. Yeah. See the precipitation type on the left and reflectivity on the right. And that reflectivity is not playing ball. Not really sure why. Radar provided by our friends over at WeatherWise, weatherwise.app. WeatherWise Pro is one of the best apps there is for this type of thing. But look at the little chunks over to the far left, to the south of St. Thomas over Lake Erie that we're seeing there. That's just the very beginning of what we're going to be getting here. So let's go ahead and stop that.
140 West 6th Street. Tower 2. Motor vehicle.
Just do reflectivity.
West 6th Street. Between Sassafras Street.
Reflectivity X. There we go. We just had to do a couple things there just to make it work right. Happens. Nothing's perfect. Happens. You can hear the radio traffic starting on the Aries and Racy's nets. Been hearing that pop up here over the past little bit.
6th Street. Unknown injury, 255.
I don't want to go to Northeast, by the way. I really don't want to go to Northeast, and I don't think we're going to be looking at a whole lot there this time around, thankfully. We might actually do better if we're further south of here, down by the I-90 cluster, which I was at earlier. What I'd like to do before the sun goes all the way down, let's go take a drive through Presque Isle State Park. Let's see how well that does. We'll go through Presque Isle State Park. Probably refuel at that Sheets that's at the top of Presque Isle State Park.
Tower 2.
So we'll get en route.
Tower 2 responding. Front of Erie County Courthouse. West 6, Sassafras, Beach Street, or Cross Streets. 2 car ambulance. 4 patients, unknown injuries.
Oh, they're wrecking in front of the courthouse. There's already car wrecks going. And no frozen precip is falling yet. And it's 44 degrees outside. This is going to be fun. Let me tell you. Fun. We are up State Street right now. I actually shot a look live right up that street, like right by that weird looking building up there across the street from that clock tower. Last fall, November 29th or 30th, something like that. $40 viewers right now, 40 concurrent viewers. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Motor vehicle accident, BLS 1, Route 140 West 6th Street, multiple patients.
Had accidents on West 6th. Let's avoid that area. I don't know if they closed the gates at Presque Isle, but we'll find out. How's everybody doing out there tonight? The sun is setting. That's what we're waiting on. These lake effect snow events, this time of year, they love to kick in after dark. As you have all of that lake effect snow, which will be headed down shortly. But then once the dark comes, that's when the temperatures go down towards freezing. Much more conducive to lake effect snow. We'll be covering tonight as late as we can. Got to be back home in the morning, but then probably after 9 a.m. we'll be able to get a move on and continue back and cover the snow some more. Don't look confused, just drive. You're driving a G37. Shouldn't you be driving it sideways and drifting and hitting BMWs and such? All right. This is the bypass down here. We'll go view some nice Erie sights before the snow comes. So once the snow comes, I think we're probably going to be looking more towards the rural areas of Erie and maybe that central cluster down I-90. That I-90 corridor is going to be pretty important. I have the radar pulled out so that I can see basically from Buffalo to Cleveland. See Connie Brinker from the Pennsylvania Storm Trackers. She was in the chat earlier. Always good to see Connie. Always good to see the Brinkers. Congrats on their new brand deal. If you want to see what their brand deal is, then I say go to the Pennsylvania Storm Trackers. That's with a Z, Pennsylvania Storm Trackers. And take a look at their announcement and what they have for a brand deal. Because while I do support them in their brand deals, I'm not allowed to say on the stream what their brand deal is because of conflict of interest rules. But I'm happy for them. You don't make money in this industry by sitting on your ass and not getting anything done. Right? You have to go out and get your brand deals. And when somebody does that, I'm always happy for them, even if it's from a competitor of mine. So we've all got to eat somehow. We all can't just scrape people up off the sidewalk the rest of our entire lives. You didn't know that's what the trackers do. That's what I do. Lots of EMS providers in this industry. When you get up into this zone for lake effect snow, staying fueled. As long as you've got a working car and a heater, you're okay. You're going to be okay. I have additional wintertime supplies, sleeping supplies, and everything in this car. Truck 1, the 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yes, I brought the 20-year-old 200,000 mile Grand Cherokee for this winter intercept, and it'll be fine. I've got 4 gallons of gas on the roof and 3/4 of a tank right now. We're going to head on over to Presque Isle State Park and drive through there, or see if we can. I think the gates stay open all the time, just because there is a Coast Guard station in there. Viewers, 41. Thank you everybody for stopping by and watching. We are currently in Erie, Pennsylvania, getting into Mill Creek Township back over here. I believe it's Mill Creek Township. Where Presque Isle State Park is. We're going to take a little trip through Presque Isle. I've got my Sheets brand Winter Wonderland coffee. Got the stream going out today courtesy of our partners at Mobile Must Have, mobilemustHave.com. For all of your off-the-grid and RV lifestyle needs, we are using their 5G RoamLink Connect solos in all of the Keystone Prime vehicles now to carry the signal out. Now, Truck 1, we also have aggregation with Starlink satellite internet in this truck. However, the Starlink isn't even turned on right now. This is all Mobile Must Have. 100% Mobile Must Have right now. Aggregates all the major cellular services and puts them into one rock solid pipe to get you your information. I should have turned right back there. I forgot about that. But we'll be able to branch off up here. It'll be fun. We are losing daylight. And that's a good thing when you're waiting on lake effect snow. snap strips. Try a Gresty. A Gresty real estate. You won't regret it. And if you do, you better not say nothing. Rinaldi and Klein, authentic New Jersey style excavation. We bring out a machine. We dig a hole. What you put in the hole, that's up to you. The Burger King, yes. This will be Peninsula route. Sterotania is off to the left. Sterotania sounds like a Dimmu Borgir song. This is a Sterotania. I should be leaving Erie, the Erie general area, at least Erie, by 2 o'clock in the morning. We're building extra time. There's deteriorated conditions to the south because of lake effect snow. But I got until then. 5:11 right now. 17:11 hours. 5 p.m. right now.